Essendon's reputation is in ruins this morning after the club was sensationally penalised for its use of banned supplements and slapped with the toughest punishment in the AFL's history.
Joining us now at the Sky News Centre to talk through the penalties, sports reporter Jim Callanan. Jim, it was a long time coming and in the end pretty much what was expected.
Absolutely, you really do wonder if this was a negotiated settlement, just how tough the original sanctions from the AFL were, but gee, haven't they come down hard last night in just what is the most dramatic day, would have to be said, in AFL history in terms of sanctions and punishments for a club. Let's take a look at just what the sanctions are now for Essendon in the wake of this drug supplement scandal. As a club, they are now out of the finals. They cannot compete in the final series this year. That is the individual sanctions handed down to head coach James Hird, who is gone for 12 months, rubbed out of the game until this time next year. He cannot hold a position at the club. Former football manager Danny Corcoran, he is gone for 6 months, 2 of those suspended, so effectively a 4-month suspension. Head assistant Mark Thompson hit with a $30,000 fine, while Dr Bruce Reid is actually going to contest his charges. Now, as for the club itself, they are out of the finals for this year. They are handed a $2 million fine, the loss of key draft picks, and that is also a huge hit for them as they try and plan for the future as well. Now, Sky News Melbourne reporter Greg Thompson covered the dramatic moments last night when these sanctions were handed down, and he filed this report.
2 days of marathon talks have ended between the Essendon Football Club and the AFL, with the Bombers receiving some historic punishments for their supplements program for season 2012 and 2011. Head coach James Hird suspended for 12 months, the club receiving a $2 million fine. Assistant coach Mark Thompson will have to pay $30,000 for his penalty, while football manager Danny Corcoran has been suspended for 4 months. Club doctor Bruce Reid, well, he's filing his charges and will reappear at AFL House on Thursday.
Nothing and no one comes ahead of the duty of care owed to our players and the need to safeguard the fairness of our competition.
The individuals have accepted that they played their part in helping the Essendon Football Club breach Rule 1.6, which has brought the game to disrepute. So, of course, the game has been damaged.
Essendon chairman Paul Little says James Hird was emotional when he addressed the AFL Commission alongside his wife Tanya. They say he spoke for around 8 minutes and was very apologetic for his part in the scandal.
The club acknowledges failings did occur during 2012. We must and do accept accountability for these failings, and we are sorry.
The rebuild for the Bombers begins now. Former Adelaide player Simon Goodwin will coach the side for their final game this weekend against Richmond at the MCG before the search begins for an interim coach for season 2014, with the club optimistic Hird will return to the top job from season 2015.